Let's go. Yes, Father, it's been a pleasure coming around seeing what you guys are actually doing in the village, and you've been one of the most effective community leader development agent, I will call, that is ensuring that the village is changed and changed for good. I've just taken a tour, seen what is going on, seen the needs of the community and what you guys are striving to do. What will be your message to those of us who are outside of home in terms of the efforts that are currently going on, to get things done right?
Yeah, thank you. This is actually the second time that I'm working in Sob Parish. The first time I was working as assistant priest with Father Tobias. And at that moment, I didn't feel so much engaged in the development of the village because he was the one in charge. But this time I came back and for the past 3 years, I've been there as the parish priest, which means I had to take things on board myself. And immediately I arrived, my first preoccupation was that Sob is not only the people who are living in the village. So I started thinking about the sons and daughters of Sob who are staying outside. And I realized also how many of those who are outside were trying to do development projects back in the village. And I told myself, if they are doing these development projects maybe for themselves, they can also come together and think about the development of the whole village. And for this reason, I tried to act as a liaison person, I can say, between the indigents, those who are in the village and those who are abroad. And for this reason, and I can tell you, the Shufai of Sob is so much very happy about that. And he actually calls me his son. And sometimes when two of us sit, we beat our chest and say, without us, Sob is no way. And anybody coming, as you said, when you made a tour and you realize what is happening, everybody knows that something is happening because of that link which I've created between the Sob people who are at home and the Sob who are abroad. And at the same time, the presence of Sheikh Banbu has been very, very instrumental. He's actually using his retirement in a very constructive way. He has come back to the village and he's trying to put people back in the village together, also helping me to link those who are abroad.
Yeah, in terms of, I know, everything else you do also involve spiritual, uplifting spiritual work that is very primordial in any development that you may have in the human society. Can you briefly just tell us what is going on? I know, you've done so much in terms of trying to make those of us living outside participate in your sermons, participate in your regular church Sunday morning sermons, and bringing stuff like internet so that the villagers could have access to information and share their experiences. Can you comment on that?
Actually, some people call me that I am a priest of the modern world because I've embraced technology. I've embraced the internet. And I've come to realize that without the internet, people will live in pockets of presences, I call it that way. But with the internet, though the globalization has its downside, I look for the positive side. I try to keep people linked with each other. And spiritually, as you mentioned, when I came to Sob, the people of Sob told me clearly, Father, we have the structures. What we need is to build our souls. And I've taken that as one of the serious tasks that I have. And Sob has, there can be 2 or 3 Muslims, and they are very good. And each time I have a feast, I invite them. I go to their houses also to visit them. And there is a larger Presbyterian community, and we work together. Actually, Pastor Randolph, who has been transferred just about a week ago, he has been very, very instrumental, also helping me to know how to approach the Presbyterians. And myself, I always invite him to, and when we meet, we share a lot. Whether we are meeting on the streets or in somebody's house, we would really share a lot about our Christians. As for the Baptist community, it's a bit little also, and we have been trying to also see how to get them. But unfortunately, since there is no, I can say, focal point, since there is no pastor, resident pastor, it becomes difficult because we don't have the authority to get in touch with. And of course, traditionally speaking, because when we talk about these religions, we have to think about our own traditional religious background. The Shufai of Sob is a traditional leader. At the same time, he is a very good Christian. And so I see the way he does his things, he's able to blend this together. And he's a strong member of the Traditional Rulers Association. I think with all these forces put together, we are able to reach every other person, every other member of God's family, because whether we are Baptist, Presbyterian, Muslim or Catholic, or traditional practitioners, we all belong to the same Father. Yes.
No, thank you very much. I just thought it would be important for many of us to see the face.
Sure.
Womilan.
This is the man.
Thank you.
Okay.